Hello and welcome to another episode of Don't Tell My Wife podcast.
Yes.
Here with one of your hosts, Tonye.
And it's your boy Ken.
And yeah, man, but I've got a couple special guests in the building. Some movers and shakers in the industry, boy. Can't lie, I'm a bit gassed for this still.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're trying to get your portfolio and have more Brickz in your portfolio, listen to the tips that we have for you today. So yeah, man, if you guys can introduce yourself.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, my name is Antoinette. Who I always get like, how do I introduce myself? Who am I? Yeah, my name is Antoinette. I'm the co-founder of a digital platform called Brickz with Tipz that I created with my husband 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we work together. Our objective, our aim is to help people in our community really understand the property market in the UK. We're really passionate about building generational wealth. We're really passionate about ownership, especially as a mum. We have 2 children. So that's something that I want my children to really understand and really get a grip of ownership in this country and generational wealth. So yeah, we've been doing that together for 5 years now. Like I said, I'm a mum of 2 and I'm also a full-time management accountant as well.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Which a lot of people don't know, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Tayo Tonye, child of God, Antoinette's husband, Olivia and me as dad. But I'm also a TV presenter, podcaster, content creator alongside my wife, co-founder of a digital platform, Brickz with Tipz. And yeah, I think Antoinette has hit the nail on the head. But I'll just add on to say that, yeah, we made Brickz with Tipz because I think that it's naturally in both of us to kind of like tell people about the journey whilst we're on it. Like, and it's not to say there's any right way to do it, but it's almost like we found it difficult to wait until we got somewhere to tell people this is how you do that.
Yeah.
And it's not only in like property and finance either.
Yeah.
It's even in like, let's say there's a deal on a car.
Yeah.
We would have thrown it in the group chat while we're still applying. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I've heard about this, like, check this out, basically. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think that's kind of like what we wanted to bring to our community. Like, I think it's very clear to say that we fully believe we're still on the journey ourselves.
100%, yeah.
But it's kind of like we wanted to let our audience know what they can also do and what they can also consider to kind of like get involved in property and just be better with their money.
That's sick.
No,
why I was looking forward to speaking to you guys and meeting you guys because I work in property as well.
Okay.
So I joined the property industry like 2019, 2020, and that's when I discovered Brickz with Tipz.
Oh, wicked.
So since then I've been locked in. Like, and at the time there wasn't really much black people talking about property and giving people advice. So yeah, man.
That's when we started as well.
Yeah, we started.
I've been locked in, man.
What's it you do?
I've been locked in. Oh, asset management.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah,
wicked,
portfolio management. Yeah, so
yeah.
It's quite fun.
Can imagine.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, just before we go into the nooks and crannies of you guys' journey and everything, so what we like to do is a little warm up. So this month we've got like a song of the week playlist where we just add songs. So this month we're doing R&B.
Oh.
So
Yes.
I don't mind going first while you guys think of your favorite R&B songs to add to the playlist.
Okay.
So this week I've got Foxy Brown and Blackstreet, Get Me Home.
You like old school R&B?
Yeah, bro, I'm an old school R&B guy, man.
I'm not really a fan of the
I'm
old
just
school
a new
ones
guy.
like
And then I've also got Donnell Jones, This Love.
Oh, that's a nice one.
So that's 2 songs, yeah?
Yeah.
So is it one song or
wasn't
2 songs?
No,
You can do 2. 3, 4, 5. As many as you want. That's what you want. I could go, cool. So I've got 2 this week. I've got Snow Allegro, I Want You Around. And I've got Sonda Care.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my 2 this week.
Okay.
You're too new school.
I don't like old school R&B, man.
Really?
I'm only 29, man. I didn't really listen to old school R&B.
Do you know what?
Like-
We've had. Well, we would have gone to 11 weddings this year. We're on wedding number 8. So we've gone to a lot of weddings. You know, they do the session, the sit down where they play that old school R&B.
Yeah.
So I feel like that for me this year has been like old school R&B.
Okay.
But I'll go next.
Yeah.
I've only got one.
Okay.
And I'm sure you know who I'm going to say.
Mm.
I'm surprised you don't know. SZA.
Okay,
Yes.
My favorite artist.
You know,
Yeah,
it's-
Marvin said this.
the only reason I didn't know is that my mind goes kind of like mad when people say R&B because I feel like you got your R&B, which is like your Scissors, your what's my girl's name? The other one,
Which one?
Summer Walker.
Summer Walker and that. But you also got the more like the more faster paced R&B as well. But yeah, go on.
Yes, I'll say Scissor Snooze.
Okay.
Yeah, banger.
Cool.
Love
Yeah,
that
Big
song.
tune. Big tune.
I'm gonna drop 3 then.
All right,
go
go
on,
on.
bro. Drop as many, man.
Party Next Door.
Yeah.
Could go for anything really, but
Yeah.
I'll just say 1942.
Okay.
I got Old School.
Mhm.
Drew Hill. How Deep Is Your
Ooh.
Love?
Fairs.
Okay.
Fairs.
And then I think I have to go back to Scissor.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is, I like Scissor's album Control. Crazy,
Bro, I said it last week. That's one of my favorite albums.
bro.
All time.
Listen,
Bro, like no
genuinely,
skips.
she went ham.
Literally, no skips.
No skips.
When it came out that year, I said this is the best album of the year.
Bro.
Before anything else came
my
out.
favorite album.
Yeah.
One of
I
my
said this is the best
favorite
album of the
albums.
year.
Yeah.
And I could pick anything on there.
Anything
really,
on
there.
like, even Superwoman. Like, let's just say
Yeah,
Superwoman.
yeah.
that's a big song as well.
Yeah.
I think every song on the album's cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
No, Fairs. Okay,
Yeah, she's
no, that's
literally
good.
my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good. So obviously, yeah, the links in the bio. So yeah, go check out the R&B playlist. And then another thing that we do every week, we have something called What My Wife Did This Week. So we basically sometimes we complain, sometimes we say really good things.
Yeah.
You know?
We haven't complained in
We
a
haven't
while.
complained in a while, though. I can't lie. So
'Cause I've been getting in trouble, man.
Yeah. So what we do every week, we just say what our wives did this week. And obviously because you guys are the guests, so we have what did our partner do this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys got anything that you want to highlight or?
Do you want to go first? Or should I go first?
It could be good, it could be bad, it could be how they've helped out this week. It could be anything.
I'd be doing bad stuff, so I don't mind.
Is it?
No,
I'll be
let
doing
me
good
be
stuff.
fair. You don't do bad stuff. No, I feel like this week you've been super helpful. I've had a very stressful week.
Mm.
We just closed our quarter. Any accountants? out
Yeah,
there know
but
how-
yeah, I always hear about
how
that.
hectic that is. So he's basically been mum and dad this week.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
good.
Mm.
I think it's easy to gloss over things as well, though, because we're super good communicators, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I can even say something that I did bad because I'm so self-aware at home. I know there's something bad. Like, the other day, I was really tired. And I help around quite a bit, innit?
No, 100%.
You just
But
wanted to
there was
chill
one.
that
There was
day.
there was one frying pan.
Yeah.
Oh my
frying pan.
gosh.
And
Oh my
Antoinette
god.
rightly, like, sometimes complains that okay, I fried egg and I didn't clean the frying pan.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, like, I'll get it done. And she was like, no, I'll make you do it now. It's just like, I'm just so sorry, I can't.
Do you know what it is?
But
Do you know
it's
what
kind of
it
like
is?
soft.
Yeah,
bad,
yeah,
innit?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
It's
no.
just transparent.
Do you know
innit?
what-
Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't.
Do you know what grinds my gears?
Yeah.
You know when you do the whole kitchen
Yeah.
and then he'll make his little snack
Mm.
and it's like you've just used one pot or one pan.
Yeah,
Please
just wash
clean
it.
it.
Just
for
wash
me.
it,
Yeah. No,
Please.
but
That wasn't a
I
situation.
just want to
in
go and
this
eat
one.
my snack quickly,
Please.
man.
And it's like, please, after you fried your egg, you couldn't have just washed the pan.
No, but your egg will get cold.
Okay, so after you eat the egg, you can't wash the
You might
pan.
get a bit
Yeah, but
tired,
I'm watching
though.
something, man.
You
The
see?
show's like, it's buffered. You know what I'm saying? He's waiting, he's pending.
that's so
But
funny,
we were talking about it the other day. Sometimes it's not even. I've got this thing where I'm doing bare things at once in my
Yeah,
head.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So the other day, like she asked me to do something and I didn't do it fully because, and it's not because I didn't do my job correctly. It's because I'd done half of that job, then I started tidying something else.
Yeah.
So I did a good thing, but I got distracted.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say? I'm a little bit all over the.
Mhm.
That's why I use notes, innit, on my phone.
That's like you're like my wife. She does that.
I swear.
Yeah.
I use notes. I have to use notes to remember to
Yeah.
do stuff, and I update notes on a daily basis throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
Fairs.
peak. Yeah.
So you basically need things on paper to like tick
I
it
have
off
to
and stuff. I hear
because
that.
there's just always like I can be doing something and three
Comes up,
ideas
comes
come
up,
to
yeah.
my mind and
Yeah,
I've got to throw it out and
Yeah.
so I can come back to it. But what did my wife do this week? We had a lot of important calls. She's got a few speaking engagements next week, so she's speaking
Okay,
at
nice.
UK Black Business
Yeah.
show for the property stuff, and she's got a Barclays entrepreneur event.
Wow.
And yeah, she meal prepped because we got a busy week, so she cooked a lot of food
Wow.
that I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
Does meal preps last in you guys' house?
So not meal prep is the wrong word because
Yeah.
cooking rice and stew is
Mm.
just our normal.
But that's
Yeah.
meal prep
Yeah.
though, man.
No,
That's
because
days
meal
for the
prep
week.
is meal prep is
Okay, like
some-
yeah.
parsnips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Broccoli. Yeah.
Broccoli, and then by day 3 the broccoli's.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
that's
No, but-
how you both meal prep. Our
but-
meal prep is
but-
rice and stew, bro.
But by day 3, the rice is still hitting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
bro.
It's
Yeah.
only meal prep if you try to cook fresh plantain and put it in there. Meal prep only counts if it's getting dead every day.
Yeah.
The rice
Yeah.
is still hits on day
Yeah.
3. Do you know what
No,
I
I
mean?
hear
So
it. Bro. I hear it. It's good. No, that's good. But on food, though, are we doing now? What?
No, you can.
Yeah. So what happened this week? It's been me that's been messing up these past few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was my wife's birthday on Thursday last week.
Alright.
So I was like, babe, don't worry, this week you're not gonna lift a finger. Meals, I've got it patterned.
Yeah.
So you know those like Hello Fresh,
Yeah.
Simply
Yeah.
Cook things, yeah. So I must have saw a deal for Simply Cook. It was like free for the first week. But I didn't know it was just the ingredients. So not the ingredients, the recipes, sorry.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh babe, I got 4 meals this week.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, patterned, you're not cooking this week, blah, blah, blah.
Hi.
The day come now, I just see the box outside my house. She was like, oh, this is small. I was thinking, open it. The food must be in there. We open it
You
now.
must be good at packaging.
Just recipes. I was just like, yay. They should have to go and buy food to cook, bro. So I let her down,
So
man.
you overpromised.
Yeah,
that
man. I let her down
deliver.
still.
That is
I let her
crazy.
down, man. But
Wait,
yeah, that's what
why
I did
did
this
she
week.
have to buy food to cook?
Because I
couldn't
was
she-
working. She was around.
Oh.
She was around. So, yeah.
Why didn't they just email you the recipes then?
Yeah. You
Bro.
wasted.
They
print.
actually posted the
No.
recipes.
You
in the
I
box.
thought I'd done something this week.
Paper.
Honestly,
Oh,
I even
it
just threw it away.
happens. It happens. The intention.
Yeah,
It was there.
Yeah.
Do you guys use like HelloFresh and like those things?
We
We
used it
did
before.
it,
We
yeah,
actually
we
enjoyed it
actually-
when we used it. Hello, friend.
yeah.
That our one come with the ingredients though.
Yeah, we did. We
used it recently.
Funny enough.
It was very
It was
calm
good,
still.
yeah.
Very calm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Who's like the cook in the house? Like, do you guys both take turns, or is it like?
Do you know what? I think there's
depends,
seasons
yeah.
of late.
Yeah.
Like I've been swamped recently in it.
Mm.
Antoinette's been swamped too in it, but I like to cook where I can.
Hmm.
And so and I'll cook like the like, how do I put it? The weird
fun
wonderful
stuff.
The fun
Yeah.
stuff. I didn't want to say the
Like-
fun stuff in it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
You
might be like,
you
I'll be
experiment
like,
with
I'll be
cooking
like,
now.
Yeah.
babe, look, I see this
Recipe.
recipe
Yeah.
for homemade this, that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a whiz it together in it,
Yeah.
basically. And actually, like, I'm a brazy cook.
Is it?
Nah, he
Yeah,
is.
man, I can
He
get
is.
down. I
That's
can
cool.
get down
Yeah.
still.
I think every dad should know how to cook.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Every father should cook.
I can't lie to you, I've been
Yeah.
living off one Valentine's meal from years ago. I still show people the picture. Look at me.
Is that the- is that the
challenging me still
Yeah.
as well.
Is that the lobster one?
You got lobster.
So what did we do?
The mac and
We did
cheese
oysters
lobster.
on ice
Yeah.
for starter,
Yeah.
and then I did lobster mac and cheese, brazy.
It was
Yeah. Is it?
sensational.
And
If
then
I
I
made
did-
that, bro.
and then
Man,
I
send me
did
the recipe, bro.
short rib beef.
Yes.
Only you.
Crazy. Only me.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed in the kitchen the whole day.
Swear.
I've been living
Wow.
off that meal for 10
Then
years.
I did
bro.
strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah.
It's brazy. I'll be showing the people the picture. You didn't do this, and I'll show them that it's in my house.
Yeah. That'll be my ammo. When me and my
Bro.
missus, I can blame. Remember when I cooked this thing for you?
No, it's
Well, yeah,
good.
what about you? What did your wife do? this week?
No, nothing in particular, but I can't lie. We had a very good week.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I can't lie. Past couple of weeks been like, you know, when you think childcare and marriage will, when childcare, your child is moving a bit.
How many you got?
I've only got one.
Okay.
So you
well,
both got
boy or
one.
girl.
Boy, 16 months.
Boys.
And you have
Boy, yeah.
boy. Oh,
Yeah.
How about
old?
you? Two
Two.
and 7 months or 8
Okay.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
2 girls.
2 girls.
3 and
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know the ones where you think, some weeks he might have a good week, some weeks he might have a bad week, and then obviously it will affect both of you in terms of marriage. No, I can't lie. Recently, we've been pulling together in terms of both of us taking on the role, and it's been good. I can't lie.
You
I've
guys are
been-
just used to it now.
yeah, I
aren't
think
you?
it's just getting to that spot where we're
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, really good, really good.
Yeah, they say
Oh, I
kids
love
change a lot,
that.
so it's good that you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be
Finding
a
your
bit more
balance.
intentional in terms of finding the balance.
Yeah.
Just need
It's
to make
important.
sure bring back the spark in terms of going out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you got help?
You kind of, I can't lie. Our parents, you can drop them off and go, but it's just about finding the time to go and drop them off. That bridge, that bridge, so it just
yeah.
depends. But yeah, it's just about finding the time.
Do
Really,
you guys only use childcare with parents, or do you do friends as well?
No, so we're quite lucky. So
fortunate,
yeah,
yeah.
one of my
Mm.
best friends that I grew up with lives 5 minutes down the road from me.
Perfect. Yeah.
My cousins, my sister live close, my brother and sister-in-law. So we're very blessed with
Yeah.
a close-knit community that
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah.
And I grew up in North London. So my mum lives in Hertfordshire.
Mm.
So it has to be like designated
Days, yeah.
Yeah.
time, everything planned to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
over on that side.
But bear in mind, when we go on that side, it's a staying
It's
over.
a
city.
stay.
Yeah,
You can't go and come back
Exactly.
same day.
No way.
Exactly.
Bro, even my missus' parents lives in Deptford. Bro, when we're dropping back Deptford, we'll pick you up tomorrow, man. Oh, that's
Yeah.
long, man.
Yeah.
It's
No,
long.
here. We've got one more game. So just to break the ice a
Oh,
bit. So
board.
if you take a whiteboard. So this is obviously how well do you know each other.
Okay.
So you know when you said, "Oh, do you know that song, that wedding song?" Yeah, now we put it to the test.
My memory's bad though. I need to take some. I'm just put a disclaimer out there. My memory's bad because I need to.
So what I'll do, I'll say,
Scared.
No peeking as well.
no
man.
peeking. Oh, I'll put you on side for her.
Who we showing the answers to?
No, you just turn it over and then we'll read it out. Okay,
So
so
we hope it goes well. We don't want to get anybody into trouble
yeah,
today.
just fun and games. Okay, cool. So, what's the other person's favorite film?
Okay, can we give? Should we make it easier?
All right, go.
I actually think I've got
what
it.
genre? What genre is like your favorite? If you say the genre, maybe you can like.
So what am I
Okay,
writing?
Can I put the film? Because I
So
actually,
You put your favorite.
Antoinette's favorite
Okay,
film,
so yeah.
And mine.
and then you put his favorite.
Yeah.
Film.
So we'll do both, yeah. Genre and we'll do genre and
Yeah, if that
Yeah,
helps.
that's
If
fine.
that helps.
So I'm gonna put one side me, one side Ant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait, I need to,
So one side me, one side Ant.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put a film and a genre. So me. The truth is, there is no real answer for me, but I'm just gonna put something here.
I don't.
Are you guys not like movie people?
Do you know what? Funny enough, would you say I feel like
We're TV shows.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be the next one.
TV shows she'll get right for sure. Gosh.
I don't even know what my favorite film is. So I don't know what you're gonna write.
All right, for time purposes, I just put something down. And this is.
But I know my genre.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
This long writing on
Bro,
No,
listen,
listen.
yeah, cool. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Let me see.
That's a good shout.
Is it not
Okay,
paid in full?
Okay.
That's one of them. I put Blue Streak. I can't remember. That's in my memory. I can't even remember what I like.
Okay.
Blue Streak is one of my favorite films.
I've never seen.
So
Blue
it's paid
Streak.
in
Blue Streak,
full.
yeah. So it's
So
paid
Paid in
full.
Full is one of
What
my
is
favorite
his
films as
genre
well.
that you have?
I don't. He likes a
I
plethora.
don't even know. Like I'd
of
put action.
films.
Okay,
It
but,
doesn't mean
but you
nothing.
got hers right.
I got
though.
rom-com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rom-com.
So I lost this one.
There's no winning or losing.
There's no winning or losing. That's not a game.
Yeah,
Okay,
Paid in Full is a movie I could watch every day, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Cold.
I don't know.
He's made me watch it about 4 times.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
surprised he hasn't put it
I just
down.
couldn't remember. I couldn't
Yeah,
remember the
there's-
film at the time. I'm bad like that.
Okay, cool. We'll do TV shows next.
Okay.
And if you guys are smart, you pick the same one to be easier. But we'll see.
What do you mean? The same.
No, go on. It
All
might.
right, so do TV shows.
Have you written yours already?
I've written it.
It's ready.
How did you teleport through that?
Right, let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got it
okay,
right.
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
So you're.
I heard that's good.
Oh, so both of you Sopranos.
I put
Yeah.
surprise
Oh.
for her. Yeah.
Yeah, and I put Sopranos to him.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
fairs.
Are we meant to be just writing down ours? You're meant to write down
Oh,
yours
my
as well,
mate's right.
baby.
Yeah, you're supposed to write
So
down.
I'm
yours.
not playing this
Sopranos,
game
yeah.
well
Yeah,
at
okay,
all.
fairs.
If you don't know about
I've never
Sopranos-
watched The Sopranos.
Bad boy.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you
heard
need
about
to
Sopranos.
watch
Yeah, I've
it.
heard
What's
about
it
it.
about?
though.
What is it about?
Isn't it old though? Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
You have to manage it.
it's old, but it's a classic and it's very well done.
Is it like
Very well
Italian?
done. It's
criminal
Italian. But the thing is, it's-
gangster?
Yeah,
So it's like that's the headline of it, but it's really like a family, like
Mhm.
it's a family man, innit? So it's
Mhm.
like how he juggles
Okay.
being a mob boss,
Yeah.
but also
Yeah,
being
yeah.
a dad
Yeah.
and
Okay.
a husband and so on and
Where,
so
where,
forth.
where can
basically.
you watch it? It's on Netflix.
It's
or
probably
anything?
like
Nice.
it's probably like now. Yeah,
is it?
man.
yeah.
Don't even bang that out, man. Don't even bang that out, bro. Yeah,
And
I
all
heard it,
the
I
faces
heard
is
it.
our biggest city. It's like
Yeah.
download HBO on the fast stick, innit? Download the HBO.
Now
app.
TV or something.
Don't kill me.
Okay. What's the other person's favorite holiday?
Gosh.
So a holiday that both of you have been on that you could say that's your favorite.
Both of us have been on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That both
Thank
of
God.
us. Okay, good.
Easy. I could do first, second, and third. To be fair.
Wow. And do you guys like travel often together?
Yeah.
As much as we
Yeah.
can.
No,
yeah.
that's good. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Bali.
Oh, I said that. Okay, so you put the Bali.
He's looking at her like,
How could you, babe? I thought everything I
It's true.
She was crazy. She gives me stick for not saying this is my favorite holiday.
Oh,
Is
Bali.
it?
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so what made
true.
Bali your favorite?
Yeah.
It's a honeymoon,
That was our
isn't it?
honeymoon.
Oh.
But I put Dubai because
Mhm.
that's when we got engaged.
Oh,
okay. So
fairs.
they both
No,
different
but
meanings.
she's
But I
actually
do-
Bali is actually her favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
You
actually
know
the
what? I
right
just
answer.
forgot.
Yeah.
No, I was supposed to go to Bali for my honeymoon,
Mhm.
but it was COVID.
Oh.
So yeah, I think their quarantine was like 7
Yeah,
days
yeah,
quarantine, and we were going for
yeah.
10 days. So I was like, what's the point then?
Mm.
No, affairs.
Your face was hilarious. You were like,
Because yeah.
Okay, let me do another one. What's their favorite food?
this is a hard one.
So okay, what about?
Because food can change from time to time, though.
Yeah, no, it's true. Okay, I don't even know if this is an easier one. If they could eat one food for the rest of their life, what would that be?
If I had to eat one food for the rest
One
of
food
my
for the
life,
rest of your life, what would it be?
What would I choose?
Yeah.
And what would she choose?
Have to be something. My decisions are just always so rational. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for this. It's wrong. Alright, I'm ready.
Wait, I think no, this is wrong.
I just put the same as me.
Good guess though. Gone. It's J Rice. You said lamb chops or mac and cheese, and his is chicken.
The reason why I said J rice, is that you're saying I just went based on what do I
Yeah.
probably eat the most of already.
Yeah.
Because that's the most likely that you're gonna be able to.
Yeah,
If you have to eat one thing for the rest of the.
And
Yeah.
that's why I put chicken for you.
I can't just eat chicken though.
But you could have like chicken with salad or chicken with stew,
Yeah, but
chicken
it's
with
in
J
one
rice,
food though,
chicken
innit?
with exactly. So you that's what
I
you
see
eat
the
the
thought
most.
process.
It's a loophole, small
It's a
loophole,
loophole,
though.
it's a loophole.
Yeah.
But I get it, I get it.
But
It
I
makes
get
You
it.
have
Yeah.
that the most.
It makes
I hear
sense.
Okay, we'll do 2 more. Next one. Who is more likely to be late to an appointment?
What do I do? I just point or
Right.
it was close.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. And okay, yeah, you okay. Wait,
Okay.
why would you more likely be late?
Okay, so I'm not a late person
Yeah.
at all. I value and respect time.
Mm.
But having 2 children, anything can happen.
Are you sure?
Anything.
Is it
He's
blaming the
like-
kid? Because
No,
is it like you don't do an eyelasher? The eyelash is wrong.
Your expressions are
No.
too funny.
no, anything can happen. Like it doesn't matter how early I get up, how ready I am.
What about
Eh,
but what about if the kids aren't home?
What about if the,
What about
okay?
if the kids aren't home?
anything can happen.
No, don't do the kids. So more like if the kids are away.
Anything can happen.
Oh, anything,
Question,
okay.
yeah. You see when
Anything.
you're let's say you're out and you're at home with the girls, yeah, and you're getting them ready. Is it calm?
Extremely. However, one thing I do say is that Antoinette's good at the softer things. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
like I will get them ready quicker.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But I run it like a
like a
Yeah.
Sit down.
Antoinette will do the soft things with
Yeah.
them. Like so I always often used to say that like it's good to have that balance. Like even when it comes to eating, like they don't make no mess when they eat with me.
Mm.
Because I'm not letting you
I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah. But Antoinette will let them express themselves in their in like their food and like well, especially when they were younger, let them feel this and
Yeah.
feel that. And I'm like, bruv,
Just
this plate, let it stick to the ground. Use the bib that covers their whole body.
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm gonna take it off. So
Yeah.
but yeah, mine is when they're with me, it's like it's very
Because me and my wife have like debates about this. Because I'm like, when it's me that's like with my son getting him ready or at home, it's so calm. And she's like complaining, oh babe, it's so strict. I'm like, It's calm though.
Or when you're upstairs and you hear bad noise.
Like, what's going on?
What's going on?
Bro, because there was even one time where she was like getting ready for bed, and then I'm just hearing bare noise, him jumping, them screaming. I'm like, bro, just put him to bed, bro.
Sometimes
Do
they
you know
try
what
it
it
with
is?
different parents.
Yeah.
They try
So-
it with mums.
Yeah, they do.
Kids try it with mums.
They
There's
do.
something about us that they know they can get away
Mm.
with a bit more than they can with their dads.
Mm.
And I feel like I've witnessed it with almost everyone that has kids
Mm.
in a nuclear home. I don't know what it is, because he obviously travels a lot for
Mhm.
work. So my eldest, for example, we took the railings off her cot probably about a year this year.
Yeah. So
Start of
9
this
months ago.
year?
So it's
Yeah.
a bed.
So before we did it, we sat her down. We said, "Look, you're a big girl now. We're upgrading you to your bed
Yeah.
because you're grown. This is a
Mhm.
reward. So don't go into your sister's cot.
Mm.
Don't come upstairs to our room when you wake up. We put some books by her bedside. Sit down, read a book. Absolutely fine. Now, when she knows her dad has travelled, for some reason, she thinks it's okay to come upstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Olivia, remember what we said. She'll be like, yeah, okay. The next night, she's upstairs.
Yeah.
She'll wake up in the middle of the night, she's upstairs.
Mm.
As soon as her dad comes back, she doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it, man.
No, I
She
hear
doesn't.
it though. I hear it. It's the same thing with Mally. Bro, even when I'm just trying to put him to sleep, I'm always hearing fighting, this, that. Me, I'm just like, just get, I'm more stern.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. Does he
sleep through the
I
night?
agree. They tried.
Nah, man. He wakes up maybe like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then we bring him into our bed and then more. Just know there was one time, I think this was maybe last week. And that's why I was surprised we didn't bicker up about it. Because last week he randomly woke up at like 5 and he just wouldn't go back down. And I slept at like 1 and I was just like, wait, bro? I was looking at my wife to get up, and you know them ones where you're trying to see who's gonna get tired of it first or who's gonna get up first. So I just got up and then I just took it to the front room and he was just standing there looking at me. And I was just watching TV until he got tired again. And then when he got tired, we went back to sleep. But yeah, no, that one is a fight, man. I don't, bro.
What time do you go down?
Like 9:30. Just
What's a good
depends.
age to put toddlers to bed?
We stumbled upon one Instagram page.
Yeah.
We
We've
were
never been
quite,
the same.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were both girls, very blessed.
So we learned
Yeah.
with Olivia, and because it went so well with Olivia, when was Mia sleeping through the night?
About 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
And I'm here fighting.
What's
like
the
an animal.
secret?
it's like 8 till 8.
Yeah.
8
8
to
to
8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this
What's
guy's
the secret?
9:30 till he wake up at 6. He wake
Yeah,
up 7.
no.
There was
We-
one thing in it that we read in it.
Yeah,
It was
there's something that we found. It was later on with our first daughter. Olivia was,
maybe like 8 months.
she was 8 months when she started to have a decent night's sleep. Decent was she'd wake up at 6, whereas before she was doing everything. She was exclusively breastfed and then went on to solids at 6 months. Still wanting her milk, so I was still breastfeeding up to 8 months. And then we put her downstairs in her room from this thing that we found on Instagram. And I remember being so nervous about it the night before, saying, do you know what, babe, let me sleep the whole day because she's not going to sleep. She'd been, and I kept her, she's a small girl, so I kept her in our beside me cot longer than we should have.
Yeah.
The beside me cot is only up to 6 months.
Yeah.
She stayed there till 8. So I was so nervous. The first night, clock worked. That night up until now. It's only when she's sick that she won't sleep. And then, we're like, okay, let's see how it goes. Because they say no two children are the same. Mia, let's just try it 4 months. And she was a bigger baby as well. So she was on formula and breast milk, which helped with sleeping as well. And from then...
Fairs.
Mate, so what's the secret, man?
It was. I'll see if I can send it to you. It was a
We'll see if
schedule.
we
Was
can
like
find it and
wake
send
up
it to you.
6
Yeah.
a.m.
Oh,
Solid
okay.
something. This something.
Yes, the
This something.
feeding
Then
and
put
the
them down.
sleep.
Then something.
Actually,
Something.
Yeah, the times that they feed, that they eat, and the times that they have their nap actually contributes to how well they sleep during the night.
And
so it's like it's a militant schedule that you must stick by, and then that just. What was he saying? I can't remember what his rationale was behind it, but we've got this schedule and it worked.
And a lot of people think that like get them tired. So if you skip the nap, they're gonna definitely sleep through the night. But there's something
No.
about like not letting them. You let them sleep in the day, but don't let them sleep too long.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 hour nap, and then you get them up, and then you give them.
Yeah.
There was like milk in 2 hours, then bottle.
Mm.
I mean, then solid
Yeah.
in 2 hours, then milk, then put them down and whatever, basically.
Wow.
So,
And you gave it to your cousin, right? And it
yeah, and
worked.
it worked.
Yeah.
He came back and thanked me. He said,
Yeah.
"My life has been changed."
Yeah,
you
you
need
might
to
have to
say
say
that.
that.
I'm like, hey, all right,
Bro,
don't give it
your
that
life
one.
changes when
Yeah, when
your
you
kids
when you
sleep through the
don't
night.
sleep,
Yeah.
Bro. I don't know if bro, I have anxiety sometimes on whether he's gonna wake up this night or not. I'm still
Yeah.
like
I
that.
can imagine.
Yeah. But yeah, don't worry about the game. We'll move on. So yeah.
Don't worry, you lost that.
Don't worry. But how did Brickz with Tipz actually start?
And whose idea was it?
Yeah, whose idea was it?
I'd say it's more. This is how it came about for me, innit? Like Antoinette, I always give the example that Antoinette always, not the example, the recollection that I always used to get like calls about, oh yeah, how do I do this improperly? And then when we bought, it's like, how did you lot do this? How did you lot do that? Antoinette was like, look, we're taking bare calls in the evening. Why don't we just make social media, make the message once?
Yeah, it was a thing where it was constantly talking about it, constantly, or people were asking us, like, okay, you did this. How can we do this? Or and naturally, with our friendship circles, with our family, we're quite transparent. Even with like our careers, like we earn this, we do this. This is what we did to climb up. We're very transparent. We don't believe in gatekeeping.
True.
Let's all come up together. So it was like he'll pick me up from the station. He's on the phone talking about like agreement in principle or how to do this or what lender to go to. And then after we purchased number 4, it was like more questions were coming. So it's like, okay, why don't we just put this on a platform? If these are the type of questions that are coming from our own in-house community, then what about other people that look like us or earn similar salaries to us or have similar aspirations to us? Let's see how that can be beneficial, because we've definitely helped our group and then they've been able to help other people. It's been a domino effect. So imagine if it goes to a wider community. Let's see the impacts that it can make, especially where there's such a taboo about purchasing a house, about having a mortgage. It's seen as such, especially in our community where debt is such a scary word. And the reality of it is that you do acquire debt to purchase an asset at the end of the day. But the detail is always hidden from when we're explaining it. People get light bulb moments because they don't really understand the concept of it. So imagine if we're able to break it down and people are actually able to build their lives through acquiring property.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first video went out, then that was on YouTube, and then Instagram,
Twitter was very strong on as well in the beginning.
Yeah. And then from that, the production company found you, and
Just to add to what Antoinette said as well, and I kind of like pick up these things later, and it's kind of like, it's not the people in our community's faults, because when you think about it, a lot of us, our parents weren't born here, they came over here. At the time they came over here, they're just trying to survive. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Come over here, you have 2 kids. A lot of, I'm sure a lot of our parents in our community got similar stories. Worked in a post office or worked a cleaning job or worked this thing or that thing. And it's like, they don't really have the time, or people weren't really trying to hear them out. Back in the days, if you wanted to invest, you got to have an appointment with a bank manager. Bank manager would tell you got to have a certain amount of savings to even be considered as investment. So what's happened now is that the barriers to invest and stuff like that has been reduced. You can do it through apps and stuff like that. But our parents weren't privy to that. So they can't teach us that. So I guess that's where platforms like ours come in, where it's like, all right, we've been fortunate to learn it through experience. And now it's kind of our duty, I would even go as far as to let our community be aware of it.
Yeah. No, I agree. So in terms of how long ago did you buy did you both have property before you got together, or was it when you got together you became?
So 2015, I bought a property in Kent. 2016, we bought a property. 2017, 2018, 2019. I think we did.
So a bit of context, we started dating in 2010.
Oh, wow.
2010.
14 years?
Yes.
How old were you guys when you started dating?
How old were we?
Yeah.
Uh, 19 and 18,
Fair.
Shit,
Yeah.
where did you guys meet?
university.
Uni.
Yeesh,
Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, first day of uni we met.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
similar
like
to similar to me. Me and my
Oh,
mum,
really?
first day of
Wait,
uni
what
still.
I
uni?
love
What uni
that.
did you guys go?
Portsmouth.
Thoughts?
Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What about you?
Coventry.
Yeah, I'm in Leicester.
Yeah, damn. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so a uni couple.
Yeah.
You just went through uni.
Yeah.
So were you guys like having these conversations and talking about property while you were together at the start, or was it like something that?
No,
No.
I would if I would go as far as saying that yeah, we both studied economics.
Mm.
I would say that if I could speak for you, I would say that Antoinette's always had, and this is where the balance comes in. Antoinette's always had a good money principle, so she's always been good with money. And I think that if I can say so, that Antoinette's one thing that drew me to Antoinette was that she wasn't moved by money as well, if that kind of makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
I was a little bit different. I was like in university, I had a drive to make money.
Yeah.
I was a little bit more irresponsible.
Yeah. So
I
a
think-
lot of boys are at the time. man.
Yeah, but I think I was more. But at the same time, I think one key thing is that I was also irresponsible, and I knew I was being irresponsible. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're fully aware of what
Yeah,
you're doing. I didn't know what I wanted to get into actually. I wasn't thinking property. A lot of these things, I think that it's the way God wanted it to happen, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't
think
necessarily
so.
thinking property. Economics helped. I came out of university, and I always say that I used to like to buy cars in university, right? But one thing, I was a risk taker. I always say that even in university, I launched very different businesses. And all of these things that you've seen, I've named it or I've done it. All of them that you've seen, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it and tried it. I was learning how to trade Forex in like year one of uni.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to
that
say?
affiliate marketing thing that I tried to run. Yeah, man. Let me
All of them drop shipping, I've done it all, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, I think that one thing that might have helped is that when I came out of uni, I used to work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And I wanted to get into banking. I'm an economics student. And at them times, we all wanted to work in the big investment banks, JP Morgan, something like that.
Yeah.
So I had this loose idea, which is crazy, which I found out quite quickly, that I'll go retail banking and switch over to investment banking. It wasn't really going to happen like that. But I did 1 year in retail banking, smashed it, doing that personal banking sales. And then I became, and there's a reason I'm telling this story as well. And then I wanted to be a mortgage broker. They said, no space. And then a mortgage advisor in the bank, because I was doing so well with personal banking. No space. I said, all right, cool. I'm going to do my exams for myself. Paid for my exams myself. I said, I've got my exams. They said, no space. So reinvest in yourself. To people listening, I'll say invest in yourself when people aren't willing to invest in you.
Yeah.
They still said no space. And then I said, I'm leaving. I got a job in an estate agent. Basic and commission on what I do.
For mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker. They said, we got space now.
Okay.
Second thing is no way you're valued.
Yeah.
So I did it anyway.
Employees, man.
Yeah. Now, the main reason I'm saying what I said, I know I've been speaking a minute, is that this is what we tried to do with Brickz with Tipz as well. I worked not too far. I worked in Gravesend for a period, actually, as a mortgage broker. I've got KPIs like anybody does have in their job to get 8 mortgages approved per week.
8 mortgages per week?
Yeah. So the proximity, so I worked at a big estate agent as well.
Okay.
So they're giving me the appointments.
Okay.
They're giving us.
Yeah, so I'm getting the leads. Everyone that wants to buy a house, you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm getting good amount of appointments. I might be doing like 6 appointments a day, basically.
Okay,
so
that's
as they roll over. Anyways, even if I'm falling short of that target or exceeding it, the proximity of mortgages going through or people buying a house is insane to anything that I've ever considered before. So all of a sudden, what happens? It just seems insanely possible. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I've written 10 mortgages for someone that's in the exact same situation as me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because I was doing so many mortgages, basically. And then I think that knowledge from mortgages combined with, so I think that a lot of it clicked when Antoinette and I bought our second home, because now there's different perspectives. Now you got someone that's good with money, but someone that's learned the ins and outs of it. And I guess that when you combine them, it allows us to translate it to the everyday person.
Yeah.
Because on our journey, we had a lot of those discussions where it's kind of like, I can't just speak jargon now. I can't just speak mortgage jargon.
Yeah.
And Antoinette is very good at translating it to the public. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Is what I'm saying makes sense?
Yeah, that's making perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So just to echo of what he said, like, I think our backgrounds from our studies. So I studied my A levels was actually on the 2007 crisis
Mm.
and all the mortgages
Mm.
falling through. So I had a bit of knowledge on that.
Mm.
Obviously, being an economic student,
Yeah.
graduate. So it was definitely always in my plans to eventually buy. You know, the pressure from parents, my family from Ghana, it's like,
Yeah.
must buy a house, you must buy a house, whatever you do, buy a
Yeah.
house. So it was always in my own personal plans to do so. So then after he bought the first one, it was like going through the process, not being involved, but understanding the conversations he was having, the things that he needed to have ready, what it actually meant to buy, why he even bought in that location, which we talk a lot about when we do like our speaking engagements and stuff like that. And then, the journey there was just a ripple effect on ownership to investing to actually using it to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
And now, 5 years later, we're here.
Yeah, and just to add on to something Antoinette said as well, I think that when I got into a relationship early doors with Antoinette, I knew that I wanted to find a partner for balance. And there's an indication of that there because Antoinette said that she knew that she wanted to buy. I didn't know I wanted to buy at that point. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I didn't go to university knowing I wanted to buy. She did. And I feel that like sometimes when you get a partner, it makes you have the need to make responsible goals.
Yeah.
Does that make
No,
sense?
it does. It does. It does.
To
It
do
does.
things
100%.
responsibly, if that kind of makes sense.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I was just, like anything going, you know what I'm trying to say? So.
Yeah. No, I hear that. So okay, just for the listeners, of course, what is like the quick step-by-step process of actually buying a house? Because I feel like sometimes it's made like buying a house like so complicated and so long in terms of documents and things like that. But the way you guys talk about it makes it sound so easy.
Yeah.
How does someone go about doing those kind of things?
Yeah, I can go first and maybe you can jump on the back. So I'll just do the basics and then Antoinette will add the meat around it. So find out how much you can afford. First thing, always speak to a broker that's going to help you do that. Everything is about price, isn't it? And how much you can afford. So you can't do anything without finding out how much you can afford. Even if it's a tiny bit, find out today. Search for a property. Find out how much you can afford. Get your credit score right. Save for a deposit. Search for a property. Make an offer. Your conveyancer will help you through the process. Exchange contracts and complete.
Question just on that. What's like the biggest hurdle that people face in that process? Would it be like credit scores, and what would be the biggest hurdle?
Do you want to go? I think there's three main hurdles, but
I would say credit scores.
Yeah.
Trying to do it by yourself. We always advise to get a broker. They're going to give you the best information. They're going to give you the best assets in order to achieve your goal. Credit scores, I think there's a misconception about credit scores. So having a better credit score just means you have more access to lenders. You still can get a mortgage with bad credit. You just have a limited amount of lenders who want to lend to you. And that's why I then went on to say, get a broker. Because people may not know the process step by step, right? Tayo said, find out your affordability first. Some people may say, start with credit. If you start with credit and you don't have good credit, some people may just be like, all right, forget it then. When actually you could, because you may earn a good amount of money. You may have a large deposit. So you've already got the two chunky bits that you need to get a mortgage. But because you don't have the right information, you've now decided, actually, I'm not going to bother. I'll wait another year when my credit is better. Now, the problem with that is waiting another year, the house prices may go up. So you were ready to go now. But because you thought not having a good credit score was going to not even limit you, wasn't even going to make it be a possibility, you've now decided not to do it. Do you know what I mean? So we always say information is better than money in this journey. Information, once you know what you need to do, then it's easier to take the steps to go forward. So even with knowing where you want to buy, I think a lot of people stumble on that bit because it's like, oh, I grew up I'll use myself for an example. I grew up in North London. I grew up in Enfield. The house is there based on my affordability. When I decided that I wanted to buy, it was never going to happen. So I had to do research on what I was earning, what he was earning, what could we afford. And then that gave us a better window to say, okay, we can buy in this area. What do we then need to buy in that area? So information is really what you need in order to get your foot onto the ladder. You were going to add something.
Yeah, I was going to actually say something different, but I think that you're right. The biggest stumbling block is information. Like, you just don't know. We often always say that information is as good as money in this game, and it really is. Like, you fully understand the game. See what I'm trying to say? And I often say, it's like, even if you look at us and like information and community, I'd say actually, because quite often, if you've got a lot of friends that are homeowners as well, it makes it very much more likely that you're going to buy a home next. But if you are on the journey to home ownership and no one around you has ever owned a property in your community and you're the first, when you're talking, it's going to sound like gibberish. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The second thing is that because no one else understands you, it starts making you think twice about your goal. The consistency isn't the same. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, I think that information is the key one, and just knowing what's out there. It's funny because I've been talking to a lot of people recently, and I say that I can guess where most first-time buyers in our community are buying. I can literally guess it. I can tell you. I can tell you where your friends have bought. I can tell you where your friends have bought in the last 5 years.
Where?
If you've got over 10 friends that have bought, they've either bought in Essex. So you've got the upper Essex, like Harlow and the surrounding areas. Or you've got the lower one, Grays.
That's our hometown. So that's
Trafford 100 and all those old ones. Or they've bought in Kent. Anywhere along that A2. So you start with Dartford, Gravesend, Greenhithe, Rochester, Gillingham, Chatham. Maybe some people have bought in Sittingbourne. The new one that people are going to is, I think it's West Sussex, but that's Red Hill, Crawley.
Gillingham, those places as well.
Yeah, Gillingham's on that A2 line in Kent. But and why is that? One is information. The second thing is that you need to leverage the information as well. I often say to people, if you're looking at somewhere to buy, note down those areas. Do you know why? Because in the UK, we don't earn massively different from each other. So I always give this example. Apologies if you heard it before, but in America, you can have someone walk down the street that earns $1 million a year, and he's walking next to someone that owns 50 bags a year. That don't really happen in the UK.
No, it doesn't.
It's a lot closer together. Because they don't pay well here.
That's number one as well.
So that really means that there's a heat map of where people buy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So what you'll have is people on slightly lower salaries coming together and buying along that Kent strip, anywhere between Dartford and Sittingbourne, or Essex and whatever, or people that earn quite well, and they'll buy it by themselves. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And we help a lot of people make these purchases through the work we do with the Home Buyers Club, basically. So when people ask, where's the best place to buy? I say, the best place to buy at the moment is where the majority of first-time buyers are finding affordable. Because what's going to happen eventually is that these areas are no longer going to be affordable. I'm here in Dartford, $450K for a 3-bed.
Bro, do we not have that conversation?
My jaw dropped to the ground when I heard that.
Bro, I was like, how?
Bro, in Dartford, it's going to be $500,000 for a 3-bed. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
A few weeks ago.
What are we talking about?
And
it's funny, when we talk about our story about why we moved to Kent, it's always like, okay, cool. When we were younger, before we bought, I said that cool. The aunties and uncles were moving there from church. So 2 adults in the peak of their career moving to Dartford, where their kids going to move. Remember, property or a lot of investing is just about trends. If you've got evidence that the trend is going in that way. And just to add to that as well, I'm sorry, I'm going off.
No, go.
This is why you're here, man. This is why you're here, bro.
It's interesting because the people that struggle the most are the people that are actually doing well. So let's say the average salary is 30,000 30,000 a year. So I've had people that are on like 70,000 a year, and maybe that would get them a 3-bed in like Gravesend or 3-bed in Dartford. But I'm in an iron about doing it. I say, hey, bro, you do know you're ahead of everybody. You want to wait a few years for them to catch you.
Or to price yourself out.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like you're actually. It's not like someone. In some cases they can, but generally speaking, someone that is earning 40,000 less than you isn't. Do you get what I'm saying? That like this is where you can. But the rules are relatively the same for everybody. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Don't get me wrong. There are some lenders that will do more and so on and so forth. But like, get on. They call it a property ladder for a reason.
Yep.
I always remind people that when people are moving home, the people that move home, they don't save a deposit again.
Yep.
They just take out
they
equity
just
at their
take
old
out.
house.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is who you're competing against as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So get on the ladder because these men ain't saving. They never save again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now we had this conversation because I think
Literally had it,
when
we're
I was
just
even looking,
Scratching our heads, fam.
I was like, well, like even East Tilbury, like obviously we live in Essex, so we grew up in Essex, we grew up in Grays and Trafford, and I was even thinking, bro, by the time I'm ready to buy that, it's like I'm about to be priced out of my own area. I was like, this is how I see how some of those, you know, when everyone was moving into London and how the residents were thinking, people are coming and taking over my country, etc. I was like, bro, they're coming and taking over Essex, bro, before I'm ready.
That's great. That's I've actually never heard anyone say that. So that's actually because everyone talks about being priced out of their ends.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about being priced out of Essex.
Yeah, bro, like
priced out your hometown in Essex.
bro.
Mental.
Yeah.
Bro, before, like even I was even like me and my missus when we were trying to like future plan, and I was like, bro, like obviously we have by the time we move, we might have 2 kids, 3 kids. So it's like we'd have to get like a 4-bed in Grays, bro. It's looking like 450, 500, and I'm like, for Grays, I still have to pay £16 to go return to London after work. So it's like people are moving up. People were going to London, having to now to move out to London to Essex and Kent because it's closer. And now it's like, how much further are we gonna have to keep going in?
This is it. This is
to
it.
actually think.
Question. So I'm currently renting. Yeah. So for people like me that are currently renting, how can we get into that home ownership realm? What do we need to do?
There's a number of things to consider in it. How long are you willing to wait? I hate the term cutback, but what can you cut back on? The biggest expense you'll often have is your rent that you're currently paying.
Yeah.
So I've seen people that are currently renting. It's like, do you know what? I'm gonna rent a room instead for 2 years, so I can bang this out. I'd say before anybody does that, before you ever even think about doing that, do the math. If you're renting your place in your 2-bed in East London, and it's £2 a month, and you're going to a room that's £8 a month, save that whole 1-2 and know what that 1-2 is gonna be in 2 years' time. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Don't, because do you know what it is? Life is so funny. It's very easy to go from a 2-bed in East London for £2 to a room that's £8 and still have the same peas left over. That's how life just changes.
Yep.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you got to be super intentional. Controversial, but consider stuff that can allow you to put down a lower deposit. Because deposit is the main issue there, right?
Yeah, deposit is definitely.
And I sympathize with it because if you live in the city, if you live in the city, if you live in the city, it can be very, very expensive, innit?
Yeah.
So it takes up a lot of the money, but you earn enough. And for context, there's a lender called Skipton who we've worked with that will give you 100% mortgage because they fully understand that.
Let me write that.
They fully under information is as good as money.
No, it's right. It is.
That's the Brickz with Tipz motto.
Yeah.
Because they understand that they've listened to tenants' complaints that I'm paying £1,800 a month, but the mortgage on this will be 1,400. Like,
Yeah.
So they'll look.
Sickening,
They'll look at your history of paying that.
Yeah.
And they'll give you 100% mortgage. The only thing I will say is that with that, naturally they're taking a bigger risk.
Yeah.
And you're not putting out any deposit, so the interest rate will be a bit higher.
Yeah.
I think they only do 5-year fixed.
I don't even mind that one.
And then
you pay it.
and then the Brickz with Tipz advice on that is make overpayments.
Yeah.
That's how you counteract the higher interest rate. Because when you make overpayments, it comes off the balance completely.
Yeah.
You don't pay any interest on that. So even if it's only £2 a month that you're paying over. So let's just say that your rent was 1.8 and this mortgage is going to be 1.4. Keep paying 1.8. So you pay 1.4 and then 4 bills overpayment.
Yeah.
That'll bring your effective interest rate down. So you're at a normal interest rate. It'll also build you equity quicker, which counteracts the fact that you didn't put down a
So
deposit.
do you recommend like everyone to pay over their mortgage payments?
If you can, if it's affordable, definitely. Just means that you pay less interest.
Because you know what, being transparent, because obviously we rent as well, and it's like I don't do like look into the property, like even the Home Buyers Club. It's on Telegram, right?
No.
It's not on Telegram.
No, it's on its own platform. It sits on its own platform.
I feel like there's something that I've done.
I had a we got a Telegram group.
There's a Telegram group. There's a Telegram group that I'm in, but I don't read it because it's like when I look at property prices or information about property, it just gets me down because I'm like,
off-putting, innit?
it's off-putting. So because I'm like, this at the moment it's not my reality. It's my future, of course, it's my future. But right now, I can't see saving like because think about it. If I want to go to Essex, even a 3-bed, you probably need like a 25, 30 bag deposit. Then you probably need another 10 bags on top to renovate, etc. And furnish. So when I can't see stuff like that, it just gets me down. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just.
On top of that, you're paying for car, you're paying nursery,
Yeah,
you're paying
nursery, and I'm just
Peak
like, bro,
out
I'm
here,
just,
man.
I just close my eyes and be like, I'll save my change here, there, and at some point it'll be my reality. And I just black out. Like I just like because it just gets me down. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm like, okay, I just leave it. So now that you said stuff like this, maybe it makes sense to open my eyes and actually see what's available and see where I can get to.
Yeah, we always say, look, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah,
at the end of the
absolutely.
day,
Yeah.
which is why one of our mottos is. Let me even start from the beginning, talking about property as a whole. Property, it's not a quick game. It's not. It's property and finance is not really sexy, right? When people think about property, they think about heavy bills, they think about debt, they think about how can I transition from renting, or my salary's not hitting, what am I gonna do? There's different ways to do it, right? And one of the things that we always start with is the information. Yeah. Whether you're renting, whether you're at home, whether you're cohabitating, whatever it is that you're doing, there's always a way to do it, which is why we created our platform in the first place. I think the government, the society has pushed a lot of scaremongering into acquiring property, which is what we're trying to revert. Because at the end of the day, like Tayo just said, it's a ladder, right? Once you get your one foot onto the ladder, it only goes up from there. So it's really acquiring the information in order for you to be able to do that. Like we've said, Skipton, 0% deposit. There are other government schemes that are out there that can help you get onto the ladder. Even though we do say ourselves, if you can do it by the traditional means, do so. But we've also worked with people, know people that have to buy based on their circumstances, and they've only been able to do it through a government scheme. So whether that's shared ownership or they may have been able to access right to buy and stuff like that, right to acquire. There is information out there to help people in all circumstances to get onto the property ladder. It's just about accessing that information and doing what's best for you as well. It's not a one size fits all. It's based on your individual circumstance, but there is information to definitely help you do it. And it's just taking it in like bite size. One thing that I always say, sometimes the world is about digesting an elephant, right? That's how heavy the world can be. It's just about figuring out how you can dissect it and take it into different chunks. So whether you've got a 2-year plan, a 5-year plan, whatever it is, it can be done. But once everything is all presented to you at once, it is very daunting, but it can be done. And our platform is about making sure people in our community know that that's what can be achieved, which is why we created the spin-off, the Home Buyers Club, where we help people who don't have a deposit, are paying rent, don't have a great salary, but we get them to the end stage because it's just all about the information.
Yeah. I'm just going to follow up on that. And I didn't come here to plug, but I'm going to plug.
No, plug, of course.
Start off by following Brickz with Tipz. Brickz is free content. It's going to get your mind in the mode to understand what home ownership is.
Yeah.
And Toadette's absolutely right. Property isn't sexy. And it is sexy over the long term though.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to start here today. And this is what we always tell our community. Our properties that we bought back in 2015, they're doing things that we didn't expect it to do today. So, for example, when Antoinette had 2 kids back to back, we said we got a 3 and 2-year-old. She just took 2 years off work. Now, when we bought a property in 2015, we didn't know that the property in 2015 was going to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of things that property has done for us, and we didn't buy it at the time that it was going to do that. But it's done that now. Like, property has really allowed us to do a lot of... I quit my job at Bank of America. So that's a lot of money come out of the household income. And I had a second child on the way. At the time I quit my job. If I wasn't a property investor, it wouldn't have been possible. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's allowed me to chase TV presenting and so on and so forth. So let me plug. We created a home buyers club at the beginning of this year for a specific reason to help people like yourselves. Because I know exactly where you're coming from. It's almost like you're trying to boil the ocean. Like, where do I start? Do you get what I'm trying to say? I often describe it as first time buyers are lost at sea. Do I go left, do I go right? All you can see is blue. Every direction that you look. And if that sounds like you, hear us out on the Home Buyers Club. So we took our time creating it. The Home Buyers Club gives you 4 things. 4 things that we've assessed that all first-time buyers have. Yeah? All successful first-time buyers have. I'll go with the easy one. Experienced professionals, which we have in the Home Buyers Club. I'm not going to gloss over that one. Our broker's pattern. He does my dad's mortgages, does all of my brother's mortgages. He does his thing and solicitors. We'll gloss over that one. Next one is relevant education. We've said stuff today that you've taken notes of. You didn't know it before. You didn't know that was possible. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's a real design place for everybody, basically. We've got people in there that are putting offers on property and they came to the UK like 2 years ago from Nigeria. So I say that to say that I'm sure there's a lot of young people watching this and you're thinking if they can do it, why can't I? And that's the right attitude to have. Community. Every single day you can log in through your app and you see people on the same mission as you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So someone else in the community can start, it might even be some of the struggles you're having. Is anybody finding that every single time I go for a viewing, they're asking for too much? You're all in a community, so you're on the same journey. So now you haven't got to be in a situation where you're talking gibberish to your family and friends. And the final thing is based on what you said, Tonye, a clear goal and plan. A clear goal and plan. So what we do is that when you join the Home Buyers Club, you have a one-to-one with either of us and we create you a clear goal and plan from the off, which is super important because in your case, if you jumped on a one-to-one with me, I would have looked at exactly what you earn, what your deposit is, how much you can potentially save. So we look at what you can afford today and what you could afford in the future. And then what we'll do is now combine that with a relevant education as well. So it's like, if you really, what is your goal? Do you want to buy in the next 2 years or in the next 1 year? Because if you want to buy in the next 1 year, it's possible if you go this way and look at these things or look in this area. Do you know what I'm trying to say? People just don't have a clear goal and plan and a strategy. And it's not your fault, innit? But strategy is super important. Strategy takes years. I often say to people, if we take it out of property, I say that some of the best things in life worth having, they take strategy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And sometimes it can be really minuscule. Like, if you want to go to Nando's, you walk in. But if you want to go to Sexy Fish, you probably want to ring ahead. Strategy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you want to buy a watch that everybody's got, maybe a Seiko, go into H&M Samuel and buy it. If you want to buy Audemars chronograph, you're going to have to register. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Register your interest. Strategy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Things worth having take time. Like, let's stop thinking that everything comes straight away. And that's why a lot of us lose our money in crypto. Because we keep reading stuff that people... Because we keep reading stuff where people made... And those people did, innit? And I ain't got no beef with crypto. Do you get what I'm saying? I ain't got no beef. Man. No. I ain't got no beef with crypto. Because I know a lot of people that done well with crypto and so on and so forth, innit? But I'm just saying that it's these things that make us think that everybody can have it straight away. Like some things worth having take strategy. But the strategy will pay off.
I agree.
No, I agree. So that was even going to be my question. So I think I'm definitely going to join the Home Buyers Club.
How do I sign up, man?
So with the Home Buyers Club, there's a wait list at the moment. www.thehomebuyersclub.co.uk. I'm going to fast track the man then.
I was going to say,
I'm going to fast track the man then. And what I will also do, probably the easiest way to do it, is I'll put something in the description of the episode, which will also allow listeners to be fast tracked.
Nah, that's nice. No,
so I'll give like a certain link.
Leave the list. I'm joking. Listeners, I'm sorry.
I'll give a certain link so that viewers and listeners can also get a fast tracked link, basically. Because it's currently a wait list at the moment.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. So, because one of my other questions, and Antoinette used to touch on it small. So, when I was looking in terms of thinking how to get onto the property ladder, there was obviously, Help to Buy before, shared ownership. But them ones where sometimes you hear scary stories about shared ownership, and in terms of shared ownership, you have to pay rent, mortgage, I think maybe ground rent as well.
Service
charge.
Service charge,
that's it. And then people are struggling to sell their homes at a certain point. So with these kind of government schemes, to me, it kind of seems like some of them are just there to set you up.
Okay, so like I said, we always advise everyone to try and do it in the traditional way, because with any government intervention, with any government scheme, there is going to be a clause in there.
Yeah.
The government don't really give anything for
Free.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, there are certain circumstances for certain people that shared ownership would work for. So with shared ownership, you can purchase, let's say you've got a property that's worth 400,000, you can just put down a 5% a 5% deposit, on a percentage of that house. So the gatekeeping in order to get onto the property ladder in that scenario could be as low as £5,000, right? So somebody who doesn't earn that much, or not earn that much, but somebody who hasn't got a great savings pot, this would work for them because they could easily get onto the property ladder. And then they would pay a certain percentage in rent, they will pay a certain percentage in mortgage.
Yeah.
Now, the issue with that is you have all the responsibility as a landlord. However, there will be some restrictions on what you can and can't do on that property. And like we mentioned, you'll be paying the ground rent as well. But there are some people who they can't live at home.
Yeah.
They can't rent in their particular area because the value of the mortgage that they'll be paying every month will be cheaper. So that would work for someone like that who may be a single mum, for example, who needs to get out. So in any government scheme or any scheme that's available, go through all the red tape, go through everything, dot your I's, cross your T's, and see whether it pertains to you and your circumstance. It's not for everybody, shared ownership.
Yeah.
A lot of it is that shared ownership gives you the opportunity to staircase and purchase more of that property, but it doesn't always work out well for everyone, as you mentioned. So with each government scheme, just see what pertains to you, basically, and your circumstance. So if you're not in a situation where you have to rush to buy a house and need to use a scheme, see if you could do it in the traditional way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Because I think as well, when I was looking at it and they were talking about like staircasing and you can buy 10%, I was like, if I'm paying rent, ground rent, mortgage, where am I going to get 15 bags to purchase 10% more of this place?
Yeah.
So it was just like, I always kind of looked at things, I just feel like I just shied away a lot because of the situation. But I feel like after listening to you guys here today, I feel like, now I can, maybe it's time to actually start trying to find out more and taking more information. Because as you said, information is key, right?
Yeah.
And even little things like, I had someone that was in the process of buying a house who got a £15,000 salary increase. They didn't tell their broker. That £15,000, they were entitled to 4.5 times that increase on what they were already being lended on. They didn't know that. Do you know what I mean? So stuff like that was going to give them more opportunity to borrow more.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pete, you're absolutely right. People don't ask, like, people don't know that when you're on maternity leave, they will still use your full salary. Some lenders will use your full salary.
Yeah.
Or if you've had a promotion and your promotion is due in 2 months, you got a contract already, you can use that to apply for a new job. I think one important thing is as well, which Antoinette says often, is that your first home is not your forever home. So there was I was speaking to a lady a few years ago, actually, like 3 years ago, and she was looking for properties. She got a deposit, salary is good, blah, blah, blah. And she was searching, she said, I can't find time, I can't find nothing. So show me what you're looking for. She sent it to me in her first home, like semi-detached. And don't get me wrong, some people can look for a semi-detached. I said, have you tried tweaking it to a terrace? Like, what is the need for a semi-detached? Didn't it? I'm trying to say. You tried, and then when she tweaked it to terrace, she ended up completing. Next time we spoke, she'd completed on a new house. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because you don't, like, some people do need it, but it's important to know that, like, you don't need to get everything straight away. You don't need a driveway straight away. You don't need a spare bedroom front office straight away. You don't need to be 10 minutes from London straight away. Maybe move further out and then come back in. Like I say, we did first was sitting board. A lot of people didn't know about sitting board at the time. You know what I mean? So
no, thank you guys. And I had more questions, but we're gonna talk outside just for a little bit, not too long. But because time's fast spent over next podcast to come in. We just want to say thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And it's
man.
been very insightful for me and even for you, seeing as you've taken
I'm
notes,
kind of
of
home to
course.
research, bro.
So no, honestly, we both really appreciate it. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you could tell people where they can find you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
anything else that you're doing, the speaking engagements you're doing, the TV shows that you're doing.
Yeah. So you can find us on all platforms. That's Brickz with Tipz. That's Brickz with a Z.
Mhm.
Tipz with a Z. And we are on all social platforms and also the Home Buyers Club. Again, we are on all social platforms. You can find us on our website. That's Brickz with Tipz as well. I don't know when this podcast will be released.
Thursday.
But Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay, so catch us at the UK Black Business Show. We will be talking on the Friday, the Black Property Talks. I will be hosting a panel with some amazing people in the property industry. And on Saturday, we will be around on our stand as well. So come by.
Nice.
Wednesday, this won't be out, but I'm doing an entrepreneurial talk with Barclays and some investors on Wednesday at Canary Wharf as well. Yeah, I don't think this will be out in time.
And then finally, if you enjoyed this and you want us to come speak at your workplace, feel free to book us. It's not just
Yes.
Black History
Yeah.
Month.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's true, man. It's true. But no,
Oh,
thank you guys so much, man.
man.
Honestly, thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Another week, another episode. Like,
Come
share,
on.
comment, subscribe.
Love
All
that.
of those things, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace
Peace
out.
out.